Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. I am at the tail end of my sketchbook, and I thought maybe it would be fun to finish the last few pages of my sketchbook together. So I filmed this over a couple of days as I finished filling out my sketchbook. I tend to take my time in my sketchbooks. I started this one in November of last year, so November 2022, and I am finishing it in October of this year, so October 2023, so almost a full year to complete this sketchbook. It is a Archer and Olive sketchbook. I don't think they make these anymore. She used to sell versions of her notebooks where there's nothing on the pages, and they're a really good paperweight, 160 GSM, so they stand up to quite a bit, which is why I liked them. But I don't think she offers blank notebooks anymore, which is a shame because I really like them. My last sketchbook I used was also an Archer and Olive, and I think I have one spare one left in my cabinet of sketchbooks and notebooks. Yes, I have an entire cabinet of unused sketchbooks and notebooks. I have a problem, I'm aware. So you may have noticed as I'm getting ready to start drawing that I pulled out a sticky piece of paper. So what this is a label. So my printing labels that I use for shipping. Sometimes I have half a page left because I printed an odd number of shipping labels. So there's one extra on the page. And my printer is kind of finicky about being able to print on a label that's only half there. So I kind of just hold on to them, and what I use them for is to save the other side of my pages in my sketchbook. So one of my favorite mediums to work with is Copic markers, but they bleed through the page, and it's not a fault of the notebook paper. I'm like I said at the beginning, this is 160 GSM paper, so it's relatively thick, but Copics just kind of bleed through everything. I haven't met a paper yet that Copics don't bleed through, and I don't want to waste the other side of the page or potentially ruin artwork that I have on the other side of the page, depending on where I'm at in my sketchbook. So when I do a Copic illustration on the other side of the page, I will put one of these labels to cover the page, or when I'm going to use my Copic markers and there already is something on the other side of the page, I will do my Copics on top of this sticky label instead. I do have to cut it down a little bit to fit onto the page, but I just find that it works really well. I don't have a problem. For some reason, the sticky label paper is just enough of extra weight, extra depth that keeps the, sorry, just hit my ring on the table, that keeps the Copic ink from bleeding through to the other side. I haven't had any problems with it bleeding through both the label paper and the notebook paper, which is good because it makes me sad when artwork gets ruined because my Copics bled through. But it just allows me to utilize every page of my sketchbook without having to waste the back side of some pages, which might be a reason why it takes me so long to fill up a sketchbook, because I like to use as much space in the sketchbook as possible. I do not like to waste space. I feel like I didn't actually finish a sketchbook if I didn't, utilize the pages and the space on the paper to the best of my ability. So this very first page that I filmed for this video, I really just wanted an excuse to use my Copic sketch markers and my Copic chows. They're basic in my brain, they're the same thing, just one of them skinnier than the other one. I recently went through all of my Copic markers and swatched them all out because I noticed that some of them had dried up, which is really sad. So I was just trying to make a list of everything that I had and make a list of all the ones that were dried out so that I could repurchase those or get refills for them. And then I would have a list so that I don't end up accidentally buying the same Copic marker twice that I already have, because I have 100% done that before. And Copic markers are not cheap. I do have quite a large collection at this point, but it took me a long time to get there. I mean, I collected those over the course of like 5 years. So I am pretty happy with the way it is now. I am planning on placing a rather large art supply order coming up soon with some new colors because I need to order replacements anyways or refills. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do. I'm a little bit concerned that something is wrong with the integrity of the body of the pen that caused it to dry out, and that if I refill it, it's just going to dry out again. So I'm trying to make a decision on that. But yeah, I just have some new art supplies that I want to try, and I want to get my Copic collection fixed. So I'm going to be placing a pretty large art supply order soon, and I am planning on doing like an art supply haul video because there are a few other things I have picked up recently too. Just kind of share with you what I have gotten recently. I do love working with traditional art supplies and mediums in addition to working digitally. It's fun. I love playing with art supplies. So if you hear any random sounds in the background of this voiceover, it's my senior Papillon. He's a cute little dog with like giant ears, and he is getting really old and he snores really bad when he sleeps now, and will just like make these really random and loud throat noises. So if you hear that going on in the background, that's what that is. Also, I live on a military post that does a lot of training. It's one of the biggest training areas. They send big groups of soldiers out here to train their weapons and with some different like scenarios that they run out in the desert. And they've been firing a bunch of stuff off today, and it's really loud. And there hasn't been one in a little while, so maybe they're done. But if you hear a huge like explosion sound and like shaking, because it literally shakes the house sometimes, it's just them practicing out in the desert. No need to be concerned. Currently over on Patreon, we're doing this theme. It's a shop theme. I couldn't come up with a good title for it because it's like a combination of cute small businesses and like a cute like downtown main street of small quaint businesses and shopping and appreciating the little things in life. So a combination of all of that. So I didn't know how to put that into a title. Maybe I should ask ChatGPT what it thinks, but that is the theme we're doing this month. So I illustrated some really cute little shop fronts, like a florist and a coffee shop and a bakery and a grocery store, all intended to like represent being owned by like just little mom and pop type stores and a bookstore. I just got the character stickers in today. I haven't opened it yet because I want to open it on camera for the next studio vlog. So I'm going to do that later today, but I'm excited to see those in person. I have been working my butt off trying to get these tote bags ready. So because it's like a shop and shopping theme this month, I thought it would be really cute to give out tote bags as one of the rewards for this month. So I sourced some tote bags. I did a lot of research. I found a company that is local and here in the United States, and they offered organic cotton tote bags so that they were sustainable. So I ordered those, and then I illustrated a cute little illustration, for lack of a better word, of the little things that like just kind of make life a little bit better, a little bit more bearable. Little things like seeing the sunrise, playing with your puppy, a bouquet of wildflowers, just all those little things that just kind of brighten your day a little bit. And a lot of them were suggestions from my patrons, so thank you to my patrons for responding to that post. It was really fun doing that illustration, and I sent that to a company that's also here in the United States, and they turned it into digital transfers for me. So they send me a big roll of my artwork on these special transfers that you can basically heat press onto any kind of fabric. So this was the largest size I've tried ordering from them before. They ended up shorting me about 25 of the amount that I ordered. So I'm waiting on a replacement for that. I wasn't able to finish all of them, but I have been, it's been such a pain getting these onto the bags. I didn't have any kind of trouble lining them up on the bags, but I did have trouble with some of the thinner lines being able to transfer. So note to self for next time is to make sure I don't have really thin lines in the illustration, because they don't come off very easily, even with the heat press. So I had to figure that out. It took me several days just to put transfers on about 70 bags. I was really worn out, and my arm hurt from using the heat press, because the one that I have is just one that you use your own pressure to use the heat press. Like you just push down on it while it's doing its whole heat thing. And yeah, it was a lot of work, but they turned out really cute. I love how it looks. I mean, once you're done, once you've finished the whole process of getting the transfer onto the fabric, it looks like it was literally like part of the fabric, and I really love that, and I'm really excited to get those out to everybody. I think they're just going to be something really useful. Like sometimes I worry that the things that I'm sending out are useless, like they're just going to sit in a drawer, or they're going to end up getting thrown away or given away. So I've been really trying to brainstorm things that I can include in my rewards that will be really useful, something that can improve your everyday life. Maybe just a little bit, like just having a handy tote bag for shopping and not having to get plastic bags, or if you're in California like I am, having to pay for plastic bags when you're checking out. We have a nice collection of tote bags, and I'm excited to add this particular one to it, and I probably will be adding more because I love tote bags and I can't stop buying them. So today, when I am recording this, I'm actually really excited because I just got a notification that UPS is making a big delivery today. There's 9 boxes in this shipment, and it's a new product that I've never done before. It took me 2 months to design this and work out all of the details with the manufacturer, and it's going to be here today, and I'm really excited. There is going to be a special reward for my patrons next month. I can't say more. I'm going to have to tell you more later, but I'm really, really excited about it. I'm hoping to film some of that in the next studio vlog and kind of do a reveal. And yeah, just really looking forward to that shipment coming today. I hope it all works out and like nothing is missing and it all actually shows up, because with 9 boxes, I can easily picture 1 or 2 of them going astray. So we will see. But next month is Patreon Appreciation Month. And so what that means is, for Patreon Appreciation Month, I have had a Patreon for about the last 3 years, and we do this every November. And a couple months before, I do a poll, and we let the patrons choose the theme. So everyone comments a theme that they would like to see, and likes other people's comments for things that they agree with that they would like to see. And then I take the most popular ones and I make a poll. I think I did about 4 different options this last round. And we do a poll of what everyone would like to see for the theme for November. And this time we picked soft and cozy planner theme. I believe that's what the title of it was. That basically just like all of the like kind of hygge. I cannot pronounce that word. But kind of like all the cozy, comforting things combined with everything we love about planning and journaling. And we also voted on a color palette, and the color palette was very soft and muted. And it's going to be lovely. I was going to say I think it's going to be lovely, but I know it's going to be lovely because I've already designed it. So I have to get these sticker sheets, the journaling sticker sheets. and the washi tape ordered and designed ahead of time so that I know I have it in stock, and I know it's going to be here in time to go out at the end of the month. So I actually already have the washi tape and the journaling stickers in my storage room right now, and they are absolutely gorgeous. I went with a silver holographic foil on both, so it's going to be on the journaling sticker sheet and on the washi tape, and it turned out so cute. I'm super excited. It's got this really beautiful muted sage green and a muted blue, like a gray blue, and of course a pink, but they're just so beautiful together. I'm also doing a special thank you discount for patrons this month. I will reveal more about that later. It's something I've never done before, but every patron is going to get that, not just the higher tier patrons. That's going to be available to every patron. And then I have a brand new reward that I'm going to be doing for November. I mean, I feel like that's become a theme. I say that every month now, but it's because for the last couple of months I've been introducing new products that I've never done before for the patrons, and it's just been really exciting and fun to design new things. It is stressful trying to find manufacturers for things that you've never worked with before and you don't know who to go to or where to even start. That process is very nerve-wracking, but I do have a little bit of experience at this point with working with manufacturers and kind of figuring out who to work with. So hopefully that's something I can continue to improve on and get better at, and be able to find more new and exciting things to be able to bring to you guys. Right now, I'm currently reading a book. It's called A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed. And I didn't really know much about it going into it. I knew it was supposed to be like a fantasy book, and it was supposed to be a standalone. And I think it's an adult book, not a young adult. I think it's an adult. And I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. It is dark academia, but like by the sea. Dark academia / ocean, and it's got some gothic, creepy vibes going on, and I'm enjoying the relationship that's building between the main character and the person that she's partnered with for a project, and it's just got this creepy undertone to it that I love having that this time of year. Kind of reminds me of like The Secret History or Jane Eyre, where it's just kind of got that like something. That was one of those explosions. I don't know if you heard that. It's got just that tone of like something scary or ominous is going on in the background, and the characters aren't necessarily aware of it, but you can really feel it when you're reading. And I'm starting to get really stressed out because I'm pretty sure I know what the mystery is, what the big twist is going to be at the end, and I'm like just so anxious for the main characters to figure it out already because I'm stressed on their behalf. I'm really stressed for them. So anyways, I haven't finished it yet, so obviously maybe it ends terribly and I'll hate it, but so far I can definitely recommend it to you if you're interested in reading something kind of like a gothic mystery fantasy type story, which is like my cup of tea in the fall, so I'm very happy with it. So my plans for YouTube coming up, I'm planning on doing a studio vlog for my next video. I've got some footage already, and I'm going to be filming some more footage this weekend and into next week. And then I want to film a video of starting a new sketchbook. One interesting thing that I do when I start a sketchbook is there's always that fear of like drawing in a new sketchbook, and I like to have a plan going in of what I'm going to draw so that I don't have that fear of screwing it up and then just never start. So for the last several sketchbooks, I've had this tradition of on the first page doing a self-portrait, just in whatever style I'm currently digging, and using some of my art supplies to enhance that, and then putting the year underneath my self-portrait of when I started and the month. So I'm going to be doing that, and I would like to share that with you guys. So that will be a video, and then I have a special trip that I have planned. I don't know how aware of this you are. I did mention it earlier in the video, but I live on a military post, and we live in the middle of nowhere. We have nothing nearby. I can't go to like a Michael's or an art store or even a Walmart or a Target, like nothing. We have nothing. So one of the things that is highly recommended in the Artist Way, which is kind of like a workbook for creatives, is to take yourself on solo art dates and just kind of get out there and explore the world and kind of feed your creativity. And I can't really do that here. There's literally nowhere to go. I'm kind of just stuck here because I have to be available for my kids should something happen at school. So I can't just go off post and drive the 40 miles it is to the closest amenities. So I've planned a little trip for myself. I'm going to be going out of town alone for the first time. I think this is the first time I will be traveling 100% by myself. So that's going to be interesting. I'm traveling to a special city that I already know that I love, but I've only ever been there for like a day, and even then I didn't spend hardly any time in the downtown area of the city. So I'm going to go explore that area and go to some art stores and some bookstores, and there's this really awesome stationery store there that I've seen on social media, which I'm excited to visit. And anyways, I'm hoping to document all of that and do a YouTube video about my solo art date experience and traveling alone for the first time. Hopefully it isn't a terrible experience, because I would like to do it more in the future. And then two other videos I'm planning on coming out with are, like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to do an art supply haul video to show you all of the stuff that I have picked up recently. And I'm also going to be doing a sketchbook flip through for the first time. I've never filmed a flip through of my sketchbook. I have definitely filmed flip throughs of my planners, which is always fun, but I haven't changed my planner setup in a really long time. So probably not doing a video about that anytime soon, unless I just really change my mind about how I want to do things. But I am planning on doing my first ever sketchbook tour, where I flip through all of the pages of my sketchbook and kind of talk to you about what I was thinking and why I was drawing those things. I do really enjoy watching those kinds of videos from other creators. I think it's really interesting to see what they were working on and why. I do share my sketchbook pages every month on my Patreon as one of the Patreon rewards for just being a member. And that's been really fun. It keeps me accountable. And I do have to go back and look at my previous sketchbook post on Patreon before I make my next one, because I can never remember where I left off. I don't have like a very consistent sketchbook practice. It's very sporadic, which is like me. I'm a very sporadic person. As someone with ADHD, I just kind of go with the flow a lot and focus on whatever is calling to me, other than things that obviously are a high priority. But sometimes I'll go through these phases where I'm just filling out pages and pages of my sketchbook at one time. And other times, I don't touch it for 3 weeks. So I have been getting better at using it more. One of my goals this sketchbook was to use more of my art supplies. A lot of times I just end up only drawing in my sketchbook, with a pencil, and that's it. And so this time I made a goal to use a lot more of my art supplies in my sketchbook and play more with color and play more with doing like inky line art. I used to, when I very first started drawing, I used to draw everything in pen. I didn't use pencil at all. And I've been kind of easing back into that and really loving it. Like there's something really satisfying to me about drawing in pen instead of drawing in pencil. And I hope to continue that practice going into the next sketchbook. All right, friends, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you have made it this far into the video, please consider subscribing if you have not already. Huge thank you and shout out to my patrons. Thank you so much for all of your support and for your recommendation for next month's Patreon theme. I'm really excited about it, and I'll be sharing more about that very soon. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and we'll see you later. Bye.